Paul Pogba on a free from Juventus. Correct. I don't even care that I got this though, because if I'm honest, it was pretty much done and dusted by the time I did record the video, and I'm just glad he's nowhere near Old Trafford. The Young Canary fans across the world were not very surprised to see that Paul Pogba had returned, but they were excited because under Allegri it seemed like maybe him coming back could restore obviously the Scudetto, but it hasn't went too well. Paul Pogba did get injured, and what can I say? They're the memories I had as a United fan. Jurrien Timber to Manchester United from Ajax. Incorrect. His loss. We have the 5'7" beast anyway. Timber, he looked like a very interesting signing, you know, one for the future, but who could genuinely come into that back line and sort things out. It didn't go as much as planned. United fans were expecting to see him be a Manchester United player in the coming weeks, but obviously he spoke to the Netherlands manager, obviously Louis van Gaal, and he said to him, look mate, if you don't get any game time at United, then you won't be in the World Cup squad. As simple as that. And at the end of the day, he wanted to be in that Netherlands squad, so he put his first team football in front of his dreams, and he decided to stay at Ajax and actually extend his contract. Trust me, you don't want to miss some of the transfers I somehow got correct. It's just a crazy video. If you're new to this channel, I beg, I urge, please give this channel a chance because you will not regret it. Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich from Liverpool. Correct. Yeah, I can't lie. I definitely cheated with this one. I mean, I remember at the time of making the script, this was basically going to happen anyway. The player did want a new start, and it seemed like Sadio was a bit annoyed, a bit frustrated about how Liverpool were losing out titles. Of course, they did win the FA Cup, they won the Carabao Cup, but lost in the final in the Champions League and then came second in the Premier League. And you know, losing out on trophies by that smaller margin is something which can really affect a footballer's mental health, and I think maybe he just wanted a bit more easy of a challenge to sort of reward his efforts over the years. So he joined Bayern Munich, and it's been a great deal so far. Suarez to Aston Villa on a free. Incorrect. I can't lie, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised, because I mean, who would have thought he would have went to a no one cares club? Links did emerge that he could potentially be joining Villa with obviously his good connections with the manager Steven Gerrard at Liverpool, and of course another player at Liverpool, Coutinho. We waited almost a whole month to see if he would make his decision, because you know, it's just him and his agent making the decision. They didn't need to hassle over a club because he was a free agent, and next thing you know, he signed for what's this club called? Nacional, in his native land of Uruguay. And I mean, this shows, you know, I think he's just had enough of the top football. I think he just wants to have a last dance and then obviously retire. Dean Henderson to Newcastle on loan from Manchester United. Incorrect. I actually did think a lot of people would have expected this, so I really don't think I could be much mad at myself for getting this wrong. It was obvious that Henderson wanted to move. I mean, look at the things he said for Nottingham Forest. Get this man out of Manchester United. But anyway, he was going to leave. It was inevitable. And mid-table teams such as Southampton, Newcastle, they were in the race to sign for him. You know, Nottingham Forest signing all these high-profile players, you know, going out, doing the business in the summer. They obviously wanted Henderson as well, and they somehow got him over a team like Newcastle, and then Newcastle moved on, they got Nick Pope. But overall, this is a good transfer. Tuchemi to Real Madrid. Correct. Lucky they got him, because Casemiro's off to Manchester United. I don't know if they'd be able to do it in the Champions League again if they didn't have a proper CDM. After establishing himself in the 2021 season, 2022 was the year he really did flourish in Monaco, obviously with a young squad, you know, doing bits. The biggest clubs in the world wanted him. Liverpool, for one, Manchester United, and obviously Real Madrid. But at the end of the day, you know, when you're a kid growing up, especially in France with a high sort of percentage of Real Madrid fans, you know, you always dream to play for a Spanish club. You always dream to play in the La Liga. That's the real league that people dream to play in. And, I mean, he just took his chance and he went with it. He ended up joining Real Madrid, and it does look like a very good deal so far. Bastoni to Spurs from Inter. I genuinely think many people have forgot about this guy. He is quite class though, and I did think it would happen because of Conte, but yeah, that was incorrect. Inter again had money issues, of course. I mean, the season before that, they had to sell Lukaku, they had to sell Hakimi, all because of the owner, and Inzaghi got told he had to do it again, with obviously Bastoni being the young international star boy for Italia. All the newspapers were saying he was going to leave. All the outlets were saying he was going to leave. for big money sums, and Conte, obviously a manager who actually brought him up to the first team, he was for sure going to be linked to him, with obviously his club, Spurs, needing a centre-back. Inter ended up not wanting to sell him and thought he was actually too valuable for the team, so Spurs ended up getting, Langley, which I think is terrible, but so far, both deals are working out. Dybala to Roma on a free. I literally said there was literally 0 people saying Dybala would join Roma. You can ask anyone at the time of recording. No one was talking about that. No one was saying, everyone was saying, oh, he's going to go off to Inter. Listen to Macca Football, mate. This is why you should subscribe to my channel, eh? The literal evidence I use why he would join Roma is because I think he'd look good in the colours. The player was in high demand, with him obviously being a free agent and a well-established player for, playing for Juve for a lot of years. Had a couple rough years, but mainly sort of found out a consistency about how to be one of the star players. And, he was obviously going to be in high demand with all the big Italian clubs wanting him. Lazio, Inter, Roma, and Inter were going to win. They were going to win. They were winning by a large margin. But just something happened. I think, Dybala saw how much Roma needed him, how they would build a squad around him. And he thought, you know what, this is my time to shine. So he went off, joined Roma, and the amount of fans that were there at his revealing, it's crazy. I think it's a great move so far. Before I get into the crazy last two, I'm just saying it doesn't hurt to check out the channel. So, it'd make my day if you just clicked on the channel and checked out what content I make. And at the end of the day, if it's right for you, then you found yourself a nice channel. Nkunku to Liverpool from RB Leipzig. Incorrect. Incorrect. I have to give respect to RB Leipzig for keeping this man. What was it? I think it was, imagining he got like 33 goals last season. Crazy. He's genuinely world class at the end of the day, and I think this season has to be his last season at RB Leipzig. Nkunku just got Bundesliga Player of the Season for the 2021-22 season, and the biggest Champions League clubs were after him. Liverpool, Manchester United, not anymore Champions League, are they? Don't worry, United fans. I am a United fan as well, and I also feel the pain. City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern were obviously more clubs that were interested in him, but he ended up staying. And I think I don't think many people went all out for him, and that was the issue. I think if maybe a Liverpool or a Barcelona offered, money that RB Leipzig could not refuse, it would have happened. But at the end of the day, it didn't. And you've got to give credit to RB Leipzig for holding their ground. Rafael Leao to Real Madrid from AC Milan. Incorrect, but I thought about it, and the logic I had, there were no rumours, but the logic I had was just so good. I thought, this might actually happen. I might actually sound like a genius. Obviously he didn't, and there's been links to him going to Chelsea. Trust me, don't believe that crap. Getting Serie A Player of the Year, the tricky and explosive winger, was destined for a move outside of Italy. And with Mbappe absolutely conning Real Madrid, I thought, Rafael Leao, he's the next best thing, so why not? The whole summer has actually been extremely quiet for Rafael Leao, with the Chelsea rumours just coming this week. And I'm actually really surprised. I think he's a player that gets underlooked a lot, and I think I'd actually say he's, AC Milan's best player, other than maybe a Tomori or a Mike Maignan.